don't get me wrong. Men need the 304s out there because then there's opportunity for those who can't get. They're there for a reason.
Yeah, but they're on there. Yeah, they're there for a reason.
But don't go crying.
But the reason isn't marriage.
Right. Don't go crying because you can't find them. You knew the consequences.
Right. You know you. Hey.
But they gotta love me for me.
Who? Who?
Question: would you love you for you if you were a man?
Get out of here.
With their own question, would you love yourself if you was a man? And would you date yourself?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
What? Hey, yo, what's poppin', y'all? I'm Ace.
Hi, and I'm Star. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I bet. Let's get into it. Alright, so in this one, we got another one from Fresh and Fit. We got Myron going off on why, if you females have had your 304 phase, that's gonna mess you up in dating going forward. I'm sure that's his argument. So let's see what he's talking about. Let's see if we get any coherent responses from the ladies here.
And here's the thing. I already knew the answer. Most women, right, 90% plus are going to want the security of one man. You guys are not designed and or enjoy or want to have sex with a lot of different people. So here's the thing that ladies got to understand. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm just going to simply state some facts here. Sex, indiscriminate sex ruins women. It is what it is. And we have the stats to show it from a biological level, right? So I will say this. Can you take a woman that has a promiscuous past and turn her into a wife? It's possible. Is it probable? No. Because reality is this, and they've done studies on this. They've shown the more partners a woman has sexually, the higher the likelihood of divorce, not being able to last in a relationship.
Didn't we see something like that?
Yeah.
It was. I don't think we did a video on it, but maybe we did.
No, we only watched it.
We just watched it, right?
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, they showed a chart about. I think it compared men and women's satisfaction with marriage over like a 10-year period or something, and the control factors were, how many partners they had, and then male and female on the vertical axis, and basically women were 20 to 30% more unhappy than the men were for each category of how many bodies they had, and the more bodies they had, the less satisfied they were with marriage. Now that was for men too. That the more bodies the men had, it was also they were less satisfied in marriages also. But the disparity between like men who had 20 bodies plus and women who had 20 bodies plus was significant. Like 20-30% women were more unhappy than the men were. And it's like, why is that? And I think we were talking about it. It's like maybe because when you use a 304, the real reason why you are that is not because you actually want sex that often. That's what men do. What they really want is the attention. And in order to get the attention, they give up the sex. And they keep giving it up to keep getting the attention from multiple different men. So when they get into a relationship with one man, now the one man's affections appear insufficient. Because it's only one man. Even if he's doing what all the individual men were doing, there's only one of him. And there's many of them. So they're not getting the complete set of validation that they want. That's why you can't turn a 304 into a housewife. That's really the reason why.
But think about it, though, honestly. Like, I say this all the time. Women like to be the object of desire. It's written in history, from Egyptian goddesses to Helena from Troy.
Helen, not Helen.
Helen, sorry. Helen from Troy. It's written in our history. It's seen.
Helen got everybody killed in Troy.
Yeah,
he got them smoked.
Women like to be the object of desire. They want to be fawned over by men. They want men drooling over them. They want them to spoil them because of their beauty and everything else. It's their ego. They want their ego fed. They want to be the object of desire. So I understand why they say what they say with this and the statistics of it, because it makes sense.
Right. You talk about men's egos. I feel like women got bigger egos than we do. Because even if we got the same type of egos, our egos are frequently come into contact with reality. And therefore they get shaved down. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Women's egos don't ever come into contact with reality because they're protected from that.
That's true.
And so it doesn't get shaved down. Like we just seen that video that we just did from wheat waffles.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Etc. And levels of unhappiness go up, whatever it may be. So all I'm saying is this. When you go through your hoe phase and you have, sex with multiple partners, what you're effectively doing is you're playing Russian roulette, okay? With your ability, right, to pair bond with guys in the future. And there's a bunch of studies that show this too, okay? So the high success rate, however, the marriages that do last the most are with women that have lower partner counts. I think it's under 5.
Under 5.
Well, it seemed to be the one. And we're going to do a full breakdown on this with Rolo Tomasi, by the way. Guys,
Yo, why is Shorty in the back looking so shocked that he said 5?
Why, braids?
Yeah. Why? What you got? 105?
looking likely next week because we had a bunch of TikTokers talking shit, so we got to debunk some things. But I don't want to go into full details. We're going to cover it next week. But this is just for the ladies here, right? Because women release a chemical called oxytocin when they have sex, which it makes them bond with the person they're hooking up with, which is why women prefer to have sex with one person, okay, consistently. All right? And then also, you guys might not like me saying this, but sexual gratification for a woman isn't that important. That's your argument that you were saying before.
Yo, she look. Did you see her face? She looks sick. Like.
I feel that I have to disagree with him on that because if you're not sexually if you're not like getting the gratification from sex, like sex actually does more for both parties.
No, but he's saying that just female orgasms are not not the goal because women can still have fun during sex without having an orgasm, right?
Yes, it's true.
But obviously, the orgasm is what you want.
Yes,
but
it's true.
He's saying that, and obviously, sex feels much better for women than it does for men.
Yes, it's
so
true.
Even your regular non-orgasm feels better than our orgasm.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, he's saying that like, well, the orgasm isn't necessary for her.
I see. Okay.
And I don't agree with that either. I'm like, you ruining the fun. it's like,
well, it's fun for someone like you. It's fun because of the fact like
you can create the orgasm.
Right, men like you. That's an achievement. That's a success. So
right.
of course,
you're winning.
Right.
I like winning. Like,
right.
like I don't understand why.
And men are competitive, so I don't understand where he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't get that part. Like as much as we listen to them, I don't get that argument because Fresh says the same thing. It's like I don't understand.
Care to give that pleasure.
Like you don't care to focus on getting them the orgasm. Like if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like they don't eat nothing. They don't eat the pee, nothing like that. So I'm just like, how you?
I guess their win is just the smash itself.
I mean, I guess maybe for like randoms, but if you have like a girl, like I don't know that's a long-term viable situation. Like you just end up being intentionally mediocre at sex, which is just like, why would you do that? That's what it seems like they're doing. So it's like I can't subscribe to that.
I guess because of the sense that a lot of women, how they are and why they do this platform to begin with is because women just nonchalantly just shove men off to the side, like, oh no, I don't want him. Oh, I don't want him. So I guess the achievement of actually getting the sex is the successful part itself. Right.
It's so like the rest of it is like. And to him, to Myron's point, it's like he'd be arguing like, yeah, after I beat you, just be happy I'm paying for stuff. Get out of here.
Right.
I'm like, I
can see that.
That's a savage way of doing it, but I mean, I don't know.
I understand your point.
Yeah, I'm just like, I wasn't
actually getting good dick because you don't know.
You pointing at me?
But no. And I know a couple of you guys have mentioned that. The reality is this: only one ejaculation is needed to create life, and it ain't yours, ladies. Okay. And the other thing too is that men provide.
Yes, that is true. But guess what? We need to water that that line before you actually,
Nah, to let them tell it, they'll just pull the lube out.
Way more utility than just sex. Think about it. Before a man can even fuck you, he's got to bring certain things to the table. He's got to look good. He's got to be attractive. He's got to be confident. He's got to make money to a degree that's acceptable for you. He's got to be ambitious, whatever it may be. Some girls have higher standards, some girls have lower standards, but it doesn't matter. You guys have standards, and you have a metric of attraction triggers that you need filled before you fuck with a guy. So the guy, by the time he's fucking you, has already done the work. So let's be honest here. Yeah, you just want the cherry on top, but it's not required because women are aroused from the head, not necessarily from getting head. They're aroused more from dealing with the guy, his actions, the way he acts, whatever it may be. Girls get off from a cognitive level. This is why women love to read fiction books. This is why the movie 50 Shades of Grey, actually the book 50 Shades of Grey was a bestseller for so long. Women love their imagination. They need to get it in their head. I always say women fall in love through their ears, men fall in love through their eyes. That's why niggas lie and girls wear makeup. It is what it is, right?
Facts.
So a woman's ejaculation isn't that important.
Yeah, they tell me that's not facts. They said women fall in love through their ears and men fall in love through their eyes. That's why niggas lie and women wear makeup. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Because wearing makeup is lying with your fucking with your to my eyes, right? Wearing a goddamn mask.
And then also, I understand that having your whole phase and, you know, right in CC as we call it here in the manosphere, whatever it may be, or just having your fun, right? Going out, dating multiple guys, having sex with multiple guys. Cool, it's fun. But what they don't tell you is the dark side of that. A lot of these girls drink themselves to sleep, are on anti-anxiety medication, have depression, etc. Sex does have, indiscriminate sex does have long-lasting effects on women long-term when it comes to finding a man and getting married in the future. And here's the thing. We know a big predicator on female happiness is family and the children. So why would you take that risk and put yourself in a bad spot where you won't be able to enjoy that happiness in the future? Because let's be honest here. If you have a past, it's going to disqualify you from a lot of men for marriage.
If
it just
they
is.
know about it.
I was gonna say, how do you
No,
know
that's
what
true.
they know?
That's true.
He's like, yo, you're not wrong there.
Yeah, you're right. So you're advocating on being a liar?
Yeah.
Got it. On being dishonest. You want to live your life based on dishonesty. Got it. You're even worse than 3 or 4 now.
Unless you just have to be
and that's true.
100%.
And that's true. We've actually talked about this on the pod. Like, you know, if a girl, I came up with a whole strategy for girls like involved in the sex industry, how she can like, you know, get out of it and put herself in the best position. But the point I'm trying to make is, if the man finds out, it is going to disqualify you from a large majority of men. And that's something that I want women to understand, that you can have your fun now, but it might come at the cost of you crying later by yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you're not at Miami Beach going, woo, whatever, and you're by yourself with your fucking cat drinking wine saying, damn, why can't I get a boyfriend, or why can't I keep a guy? And there's so many women that are, you know, in their mid-20s to early 30s, whatever it may be, invest in Chewy niggas, that don't know why they can't get a guy, because we lie to women and tell them, no, have your fun, have your whole face, whatever. A man will be there waiting for you at the end.
No, he won't.
Yes, they're correct. A man will be waiting there at the end, but it's not going to be a man that you respect, that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Right.
That's the truth. Losers are going to be waiting for you there, because men that have...
You seem to keep forgetting sometimes. There are more simps in this world than there are alphas.
Yeah.
So there always will be them out there chasing those 3 or 4s.
Right. Because it's like I said, regular like alphas, like just like we waffles were saying, chase them to hit for sure. Yeah. But to think that a high value dude or a dude who has options is gonna be sitting around waiting for you at 35 with your 50 bodies, you've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. That's not even a reasonable scenario. That's never going to happen. And
a man wants
women believe it will happen. Right. Women really believe that's a thing, that they can keep this up and keep looking around until they find a rich guy who's going to accept you from how you used to get trained on you. Like that's never ever going to happen.
Men are always looking for respectable women to marry, but not respectable women to sleep with.
Right. It don't matter what you are, respectable or not, if you're just to sleep with.
If you're respectable and you are a freak, he's won the lottery.
Right.
But if you're not respectable to yourself, he doesn't care about you. He'll disrespect your body in the way that you want, but he's not gonna take you seriously.
Right. The same way that what was it? That's one of Wheat Waffles' prongs, bro.
What?
You gotta put that up on the wall. One of the holy trinity of what men want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one
that
of
true.
the undamaged prong.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Basically the promiscuity prong. Yep. Like, men are so simple, yet women want to complicate it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Men need the 3 or 4s out there, because then there's opportunity for those who can't get. They're there for a reason.
Yeah, but they're there for a reason.
But don't go crying.
But the reason isn't marriage.
Right. Don't go crying because you can't find them. You knew the consequences.
Right. You know, hey.
But they gotta love me for me.
Who?
Question: would you love you for you if you were a man?
Get out of here.
With their own question, would you love yourself if you was a man? And would you date yourself?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
What?
Options and that have status or are somebody, a lot of the time, are not going to subject themselves to a girl that has a past.
So why do all the big rappers date all the hoes?
That's the problem.
Oh my God, because she's got like, cause she's like brain dead, bro. Like, yo, they're not dating them. They're just hitting, and they be orbiting them. The women be orbiting them. That's not dating. They're not claiming them. We need to make a distinction between claiming them and beating. All they're doing is showing up to lay it down. They're not claiming you from nowhere. That's not my girlfriend. Like, you don't see that often. And if you do see them claim
they
them,
don't last.
it's for a very short period of time because it immediately goes left for one way or the other.
They usually don't get married. Look at Stevie J. And
Come on, bro.
Stevie J. All these people who've been having marital issues all the time. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I'll answer that here in a second.
Kanye West married Kim Kardashian.
I'll answer that here in a second. So,
Kanye
okay, because
so like,
and then
use him as
the head example. You were talking about fresh.
Kim K, she's not 304. She was, but like,
it's true.
When she's in a relationship,
that's the point.
she's in a relationship.
But that's the point. The men don't want women with that type of past. It's rare.
Yeah,
and
because
like
she
I
does
said,
technically have a lot of bodies, but when
yeah.
she's with someone, she's
and
with someone.
whatever, she still got the bodies, bro.
Yes, this is true.
And all famous people that he knows.
Yes, this is true.
But that's Kanye's fault. Every once in a while, you get stupid people, bro, doing stupid shit. Like, Kanye is unwell, and he stepped into that hole by himself. So
yeah, because she was
that's
quick
all.
to go with Pete. Like, honestly,
That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
No.
Like, okay, I understand you want, again, going back to our other video, women like comfort. They don't like to be alone. They're afraid of being lonely. So they'll move to the next relationship, which is very bad. You need to work on yourself first. And she brought a man into a situation that he has, he has no right to be in. Okay? She should have just completely, just been by herself and deal with her husband and her divorce. That's it.
Well, she can't wait. She needs the attention.
About, hey, what if you have your girl and she's giving you bad head? Wouldn't you want to experience something else? Well, sex for men and women isn't the same. If a guy fucks other girls, he can still love his girl the same. If a woman fucks another dude, she doesn't love her guy at all. Men and women are very different when it comes to sex.
Yeah, I think women, if you have a guy that has a small dick and you love him, you don't really.
You notice who that is, right?
Oh.
I just noticed too. I was like, when I heard her voice, I was like.
But then what did she just say? Oh my God.
Woman, if you have a guy that has a small dick and you love him, you don't really give a fuck about his having a small dick. You don't give a fuck.
There.
But to be fair, I just gotta finish my point real quick. So because you mentioned Kim Kardashian, right? Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead.
No, just to be fair regarding the head thing.
Yeah.
If it's my girl, I can tell her to use no teeth. That's just
trainer.
Trainer. Yeah, so.
I want to hear about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
and all the rappers and all the athletes that run through all the fucking.
Yeah, they ran through
bitches that ran through everybody.
What was the word that you used? Run.
Yes, thank you. See, every once in a while, because sometimes I be getting annoyed with Myron because sometimes he don't be explaining the theory down to the nuance that allows some of these goofies to understand what he's saying. He just be like, fuck out of here. You don't understand. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to keep explaining this to you like you're 5 years old, right? But, like, break that down for her. It's like all the ones that all the rappers ran through. Oh, what was that? What did you say they did? Ran through. Oh, okay. Not claim, date, or marry, which is what we're talking about.
Right?
Run through.
Run through. What does run mean? In motion.
Okay.
Not stopping.
Well, he married her.
Yeah.
So in his mind, that was his end.
That's one person.
No, well, here's the thing, though.
That's one person.
You got to remember that women like Kim Kardashian, and we've talked about this before about bringing it up. Women like Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj, fucking Cardi B, whatever.
Sierra.
It's very scary that a lot of women look at them as like
Miracle
role
Lives.
models,
Idols.
and
Galore.
they're gross exceptions to the rule.
Right.
Most women are not going to be able to have a sex tape with an R&B star, suck his dick on camera, fuck him, and still be able to land a high-value man at the end of the day. The thing is this: what they're not telling you is Kim Kardashian had money. What they're not telling you is that her dad was a famous lawyer on the OJ defense team.
Yeah.
What they're not telling you is that she came from wealth and she already had connections in place that there was no way she was going to fail.
Right.
So for me to tell a girl, yeah, go ahead and look up to Kim Kardashian. She's a great example of you being able to be successful using your sexuality. That is terrible advice, and most women are going to fail flat on their face and literally destroy themselves when it comes to the marriage market with most guys. So she's a terrible example. Cardi B got lucky, was a former stripper, was able to turn around and everything else. Like,
all he needs to say to these girls is, how many Kim K's are there out there?
One.
How many Nicki Minaj's are there out there?
Like fucking 3. There's not that many people like that.
Do you know how many are out there? If you can name about a good 20, then yeah.
20? No, if you can name 1,000, then maybe
you'll be successful. But otherwise,
well, actually, let's keep it a stack. Even if you could name 10,000, given the amount of women that exist in the United States, that's still a minuscule percentage. So you're still not. So you're still going to fail. Yep. But the fact that if 10,000 would have your numbers messed up, we can't even find 5.
Yeah.
It's a dub. The dub.
You gotta hit them with the question within itself.
But they fail.
Let's look at this.
But they fail statistics in high school, so they can't understand.
But then you ask the question in a manner where you can think statistically wise. How many women are there out there come on?
Let's keep it stacks on top of stacks.
55th Street.
Keep it exactly like Crip Mac was saying on Hood.
I'm gonna keep it 55th Street.
None of these people on this show understand statistics.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Well, none of the guests.
Yeah.
None of the women really, because the male guests understand statistics. But none of them understand statistics and probability. The fact that an anomaly does not make the rule. Even if you and every person you've ever met in your life fit in the category, that don't mean nothing because how many people is in this country? Like 350 million or something. Like, come on,
town
bro.
of piggly feet.
Right. Like,
you know about 20 women. That's an anomaly. But
great. All of them could be anomalies. It don't matter, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Right. Piggly feet.
It's like that, and it's funny because she says, "I don't cook, don't clean, but still got a ring," and then Offset has her on camera actually cooking and cleaning.
And Kim K is divorced 4 times. She's not a model for dating success, really.
Yeah.
She's not. She's divorced again. She did not keep Kanye. He gone.
So what is it? It's cap, and this is entertainment. It's the music industry. They lie to you and tell you guys, city girls, we up, blah, blah, blah. But what they're not telling you is the negative consequences that men aren't going to take you seriously. And just like you mentioned with these rappers running through girls, that's the key word. They run through these girls and they don't take them serious long term. Now, Kanye West, as far as him getting with Kim Kardashian, that was a bad move. He wifed up, and he's a perfect example of what happens when you wife up a girl that isn't worth wifing. She failed several marriages, relationships. She had kids with him. That's the real reason why he wants her back, is because of the kids. You know what I'm saying? She divorced 4 times, and she actually went on her show and cried, "I'm a failure." Because I always say it, guy game is, can you attain the girl? Girl game, can you retain the guy after you fuck him? And most girls can't retain the guy.
Okay, so you could be a hoe, but just have money.
No.
My thing is this. you
could be a rich hoe.
Listen, but here's the thing, though.
We just said Kim K.
Did you see our episode with Selena Powell?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
and she's rich. She was rich before we knew who she was, bro.
And again,
so
we just said she failed.
Right. She was rich.
What are you missing? Yeah, you could be rich and a hoe. And a 304.
We did an episode with Selena Powell, right? If you guys don't know, very famous. She's on OnlyFans. She's fucked a bunch of celebrities, whatever it may be. She's a multimillionaire. Has a lot of money. But she even said, "I don't give a fuck about money. This is not self-gratifying. Like, I want a family and children." And she's 28, right? At some point, you're going to get the baby bug. You're going to want a family. Because what did I say earlier? A large predicator in female happiness and fulfillment is children and a family. Yeah. A large predicator in male happiness is being successful, earning a living, and then taking care of said family, right? But a family is not as important for a man as it is for a woman. Women are social creatures, okay? First, that's why you look at nursing, daycare, whatever. They're the predominant employees. Why?
I have to disagree with Myron on that.
On what?
On the sense that families aren't as on a certain degree of a level, because we watched that video. There was an older gentleman. He said in his older years.
Yeah. No,
it comes a point where it does matter.
So you don't disagree with Myron. He's saying what you're saying. It's basically that it's not that men don't care about families. We just care less than women do.
Yeah.
We don't desire. Right. We don't. It's not the top thing on our list. Because, like I said, they said, we're different. Women are social creatures. They're built for nurturing and taking care of. Women can do jobs just as well as men that don't require any physical exertion. If you're just sitting there thinking, sure, you could do the same thing. Sit there and think, be social, talk, right? What are we built for? We can do that, but we're really primarily built for violence and physical labor, right? Things that involve danger, protecting the family unit from danger. That's what we're bred for. So we're, of course, not the same, nor are we going to see things the same.
Right, because women are interested in people, men are interested in things. So all I'm saying is this. if you're going to have a past,
everything.
Be prepared to give up your future. That's all I'm saying. Because a lot of guys are not going to give up their future to deal with a woman that has a past. And I think if women go in, educate, and understand this is how men think, this is what we really want, don't believe the music videos, they're going to be in a much better position.
Right. You can make informed choices. If you still want to be your 3 or 4, then just know what's going to happen. If you accept the consequences, you accept the consequences. But if you say, well, you on the fence about whether you want to be a 3 or 4 and you 21, and then you see how this turns out at 35, you're like, maybe don't do that.
Ladies, TV is not reality.
Instagram is not real. It's fake. It's not real.
Entertainment. It's propaganda.
Right.
It's what they want you to believe is happening, but it's not. It sounds good.
Sounds great, but it's not real.
Looks good, but it's not real.
None of it's real. None.
All right? So these rappers that you're talking about, they're just fucking these girls and moving on to the next girl, man. They're not wifing them up. Kanye West fucked up. And you're seeing his fuck up real time. You wifed up a girl that wasn't worthy of a relationship, and now she's destroying his life.
Yep. Kids, life, everything.
So I don't know if anyone has a rebuttal to that or whatever, but that is why having a hoe face can cost you long term. So it's up to you what you want to do. I'm just giving you guys both what the possible consequences.
The only thing I disagree with that is I think she would stay with him if he would actually cooperate, because it's actually very, very difficult. Me being a nurse, it's very difficult to work with somebody who is bipolar and erratic and who doesn't want to take their medication. It is very difficult. It's hard to have a conversation. It's hard to reach out to them to have understanding, especially when they're on their highs or if they're on their lows. He went through a traumatic experience. Honestly, I really, from losing his mom and everything else like that, I really do believe that she would have stayed with him if all things that he was doing, bringing light. I know, but I just understand from medically wise how difficult patients can be, especially if they're in pain. They can become aggressive and just erratic and just irritated. So medically wise, I can understand. Like, she probably has tried and tried again, and it's just not. He doesn't want to cooperate, and it's a little bit hard. And she's having his kids and having to deal with taking care of the kids, even though most likely the nanny takes care of the kids. But that's my opinion. I really think that she would have stayed with him.
Consequences are of that lifestyle that no one's going to tell you. The dark side.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, please.
For that, like with the whole phase and shit, I think that, for example, like my answer for like having sex with multiple people is because like I'd been through that phase of having sex with multiple people and then still with one person, and then like, how to explain it? Like, just basically like after the fact, like now I'm single and shit, and I'm just like, I might as well just have sex.
Be gone, fuck!
I want to make this very clear too. This is not me trying to slut shame you guys and tell you guys like you can't be fucking niggas. I'm simply telling you, the more indiscriminate sex you have, the higher the likelihood that you're not going to be able to find a man that's going to take you seriously. This is why women like Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhoades, women that came from the sex industry can never maintain relationships, because men have this biological urge, man, where if you know that your girl's been getting run through, you cannot take her seriously. I don't care what they try to tell you with social media and the propaganda. No, you should be able to accept a woman regardless of her past. That's like me telling you guys, I'm homeless. I'm homeless. I smoke pot all the time, and sometimes I like to do heroin. You should take me serious. I need a bad bitch.
Okay.
That's how men look at it.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
So,
and then you can go after.
Real quick. So I have a lot of clients that let me not say a lot. I service a lot of older women clients, and I have at least a good 3 or 4 that actually been in a relationship with their person. And these men are more of men that I don't know what you would call them. They stay home, they work, they take care of the bills. They don't have to be out in the streets, and they've retained long-term relationships, right? My clients now, they go out and, after a while they need something new. So they have their times when they go out and they date other people, sleep with other people.
The men or the women?
The women.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And their man holds them down so much, they look past it. Like, I don't know how they retain it, but I have clients.
Yeah, that's called being, you're a cuck. That's what you are. Some men like that. Any alpha dude that you really want that has real personality and confidence will never stand for that. Never, ever. You spending my money and go sleep with someone else. You spend my money and go sleep with someone else, you stay out there with that person.
And I want him to ask her how many of her clients are sexually satisfied with their said partner?
None. That's why. Because they're dating old dudes. Because those are the only people that have all that type of money.
That are in 20-year relationships. And to your point that men shouldn't take up women with a child, a lot of them come with a kid and they still take care of them. So it's like for the man.
Here we go with the anomalies, trying to make it into everybody. We don't want women with children if we don't got any.
Their satisfaction is to know that they still have a woman that they can take care of, and the woman is going to take care of them.
She's not taking care
in return. But what you do out in the streets, you keep it out in the streets.
Nope. Never.
And for somehow they are able to retain that relationship.
Vomit worthy.
To me, I get
they're
what you're
retaining
saying.
the relationship. I'll tell you right now why they're doing that. They're retaining the relationship out of a necessity, not because they want to. So we live in a world now where a lot of guys struggle to get sex and get affection from women. Mm-hmm. So guys will literally put their biological imperative on the back burner and go ahead and cuck themselves and hang out with a girl and or be with a woman that feminizes them. She goes out and does what she wants. He takes care of her kids, all this other stuff, because he doesn't really have a choice. I guarantee these guys that are allowing these women to do this stuff, number one, their woman doesn't respect them. And then number two, these are probably lower value men that don't have options. I guarantee it. Because if you leave a man to his own devices, he's going to be extremely territorial with his woman and not want other guys having sex with her. It's not normal for a man to allow women to have sex with his guy. It's either something wrong with him or, more than likely, he does not have options. No self-respecting man that values his last name is going to let other men have sex with his woman. But a lot of guys tolerate it because a lot of guys are struggling sexually. I mean, we saw a stat the other day. Men between 18 to 30 years old, 1/3 of them are virgins and or haven't had sex in a year. It's very tough for guys to get laid nowadays, man.
Like 18 to 30 something is like 1/3 of them like either are virgins or haven't had sex in a year. Yep. Struggling for men. So they take the cucking because that's all they could do. Not me, could never. Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll holla at you.